welcome to Animal-Based in Your Face. Today we're going to be making some animal-based pancakes. They're made out of cream cheese and pasture-raised eggs. First thing we want to do is, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you use 4 ounces of cream cheese, then you'll be using 4 eggs. If you want to make a smaller batch, 2 and 2. Bigger batch, 8 and 8. We're going to make 4 today. So we're going to cut this cream cheese in half. You want your cream cheese to kind of soften out on the counter for a little bit, because when you put it in the blender, if it's cold right out of the refrigerator, it kind of tends to clump up and it gets stuck in the bottom and it doesn't come out as smooth. So put that in the blender. Now I like this Hamilton Beach. It's an old blender, but I like it because it has this little nozzle here, and you'll see why that's extremely helpful instead of having to pour it out with the newer blenders. I can't find one with that. And crack our eggs. All right. Now let's pour our eggs in here. All right, once you got the eggs and the cream cheese in there, let's add a little pure vanilla. For the 4, I use half a tablespoon. If you're gonna do 8, I would probably use a full tablespoon. The vanilla kind of gives it more of that pancake taste. And then cinnamon. Cinnamon is not really animal-based. It's kind of up to you as far as whether you want to use any plant material, but we like a little bit of cinnamon. Just a dash is not gonna hurt you too bad as far as the bad stuff in it. And put the lid on and you put it on low. I like to stop it and kind of shake it around a little bit. Blend for about 30 seconds to a minute. All right, once that's all blended up together, we'll go over here. And this here, we got off of Amazon. We had a single mini one, but it's kind of hard to make one pancake after another. These come out kind of thin, so you want to make them a bunch to kind of layer them. This recipe can also be used for crepes, but this is really nice that you can make 6 at a time. The reason I don't have it plugged up is because it heats up pretty quickly, and once this plate gets hot, and you pour the egg mixture, it will start to splatter, and you really don't want to splatter all over your countertop. So I unplug it when I'm taking the pancakes off, and then plug it back up when I'm ready to cook them. Now the little nozzle I was telling you about, this is where it comes in really handy, because you can just stick them in there like that and fill them up. You want to fill them up almost to the top. See, if I was trying to pour this in here with it hot, it would start splattering, and we don't want that. You definitely don't want raw eggs splattering all over your clean countertop. Okay, then you can set that there to the side and put them together. And this thing usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes to heat them up and cook them. All right, as you can see, it's steaming now. That usually means that the pancakes are about done. Pop that little booger open, and looky there, yumminess. I like to use this little silicone spoon. You can use a spatula, but they're kind of light, so you want to get them out. Pancake there. Oh, and be sure and unplug that so it can start cooling off for your next batch. As you can see, it's a cute little pancake. And I'll just stack them up. And then I'll come back and I'll add butter in between each one. They kind of get stuck sometimes. And I'll just put a little butter between each one, let that cool off, just a hair. And just in case it splatters, we'll smooth that away. Yeah, see how it does? So you want to let that cool off just a little bit, about 30 seconds to a minute, and you won't have that splattering. Now this recipe with the 4 ounces of cream cheese and the 4 eggs is going to yield 2 batches in this machine. So that's 8 pancakes. Well, I said it was. It must have had a smaller egg. Sometimes if your eggs run a little bit smaller, you'll be short a pancake, but that's okay. All right, now let's plug that back up and let it cook. All right, our little animal-based pancakes are ready. Slather them boogers with some butter, because butter is good for you. Unlike what a lot of people will try to tell you, don't use margarines full of oil. It's just crap. You want to use real butter. Now, on animal-based, we don't do sugar because it's all processed, but some maple syrup or honey is acceptable. You don't want to probably do it every day, but occasionally. It could stall out your weight loss because it is carbs. But if you're going to use maple syrup, use organic. And be sure and get grade A dark. You want the dark. That's the one with the flavor in it. The amber, it just tastes like sugar and water kind of down. Not really even maple syrup. So you can pour that on there. I would just look at we usually probably on this, the 2 tablespoons is 26 grams of sugar. Now it's natural sugar. But I would probably just use 1 tablespoon. That's going to cut your carbs way in half.